So here on this farm, we dump nothing, we burn nothing. Every leaf that falls is an asset to us.
One day somebody says, why don't you make this into a business?
Basically what we're trying to show to people is that there is really no real reason not to grow. Teach people how to convert their homes and the wastelands they have into organic farms. And please, don't tell me that you don't have any place to grow. Have a look at this. Old pallets. Put a sleeve in, fill it with earth. It is a vertical farming. I have a beautiful wife. 58 years of marriage. No, you have 58 years of marriage happens all the time. But I've had 58 years of marriage to the same woman.
My role is really a supportive role for this man with a great vision. And even now I tell him, please remember, you're not 21 anymore. Slow down, take it easy. But every day he comes up with a new idea.
There is no beauty in having all the information and you don't. What we want to do is that I know nothing that you don't know.
When people talk about organic farming in Jamaica, they usually think of rural communities and lots of land. However, this doesn't have to be the case. With this video, I'd like to invite you to Jamaica's only certified urban organic farm, located just a few minutes from the center of Kingston, so we can learn how to start a farm in Jamaica, even if you have no land or very little land, and especially if you'd like to make your farm 100% organic.
Welcome to Ket's Gourmet Farm, the only certified urban farm in Jamaica. My name is Kermit Tucker, the CEO, and I work this business with my wife, Yvonne. The land itself is just a little over an acre, and we live on this farm. Basically, what we're trying to show to people is that there is really no real reason not to grow, not to use the things around you. People grow a lot of grass, but you can't eat the grass. So we're showing you how you can use all the available means in order to create healthy diet for your family. And that's what we're interested in. We're basically farming in boxes and baths. We are in Stony Hill, and what we have a lot at in Stony Hill are stones. So what we have to do is to find a way to work around it. So we have used boxes, and we fill enough earth in it to give us enough root space for the vegetables we plant. And this is what we do. So once we plant vegetables in these boxes, and they are grown and we take it out, we then put this earth back in a rejuvenating bed. We plant legume in it, which allows the nitrogen to come back to it. It pulls the nitrogen in, and we are able to use that soil to refill the boxes, and we grow again. You have many farms that use the name organic, but for you to be organic, you have to not use any spray or insecticide on your land for at least 3 years. As you will notice, these things are allowed to go to seed. And the reason we allow all things to go to seed is that we can't buy the seed in the stores because they are sprayed with poison. So if we're planting poisonous weeds, we are going to get poisonous weeds. So we build our own seed bank, and what you're looking at here are things that comes from our own seed bank. So we know it's 100% organic. A urban farm just speaks to the fact that it is done in an urban community, okay, a home-based situation. The fact that we are organic means that we adopt certain principles, certain procedures that we do not deviate from. Example, we don't spray, we don't use insecticides, we don't use pesticides. We use things that comes from the earth, from the natural cycle of staying alive.
I heard that you're the only certified farm, or one of the only certified farms in Jamaica like that?
We are the only certified urban farm. And it is important that we stress that word, because there are other farms that are organic, certified, but they are not urban. It's a home situation, it's a urban community. So it grows within that community. Hence we are small size. So, okay, this particular plot, we are planting lettuces and we are planting a few herbs. The plant we're looking at here is the French marigold. But this particular strain is Kalunga, good source of vitamin C. But for me, a connoisseur, what appeals to me is the decoration it creates on your salad. Because we just take these out, it's edible, so we eat it, but you can see the absolute beauty when you spread this on your plate. So we recommend, and we put it in all of our salads. This is an edible that you can enjoy. This particular one is, everybody eats this. This is callaloo. And callaloo is one of those staples that people like to have for their breakfast. And we really recommend that you use callaloo. We also have another product we put with it. It is porcelain, is what it's called. And you can also use like the pak choy. Those are all in the same family that makes healthy breakfast and lunch and dinner. Here is another plant. This is the Great Lake. Again, another wonderful lettuce. You can use this anytime. And the good thing about how we grow, you could pick these things and eat them.
What I notice is that this area is elevated, so it's actually so much more convenient to do the gardening and the planting. Because like I remember one of the main issues when my grandparents grew stuff at home, it was always down on the ground, so you had to like crawl around. It was really painful. So did you come up with the idea to lift it all up?
No, this is an excellent observation, because as you get older, you find that your ability to do certain things, bending for argument's sake, is not one of the things that you enjoy doing. So we do what is called raised bed farming. So these are boxes that are moved up to a particular height or to the height that is comfortable for you, okay? And so we plant in boxes and we reap in boxes and we plant in boxes. So that's the whole idea. The whole idea is to do vertical farming and to do raised bed farming, but that is only one part of it. The other part of it, it's harder for the insects to get to it.
Oh.
Okay? And mark you, they will get to it because they have all night to climb and get there, but you won't have as many of them to deal with. So this does very well for us, particularly in an environment where we don't spray and we don't use insecticides.
But then you also have raised parts of the farm as well, because your land is very hilly.
Yeah.
But you're using like every part of it. I see though these dried out. What happened to these?
Well, what happened here is not that we're growing palms. We just planted these suckers this week and it had been so hot. So we are just creating some shades over them until they come into their own, and then we remove the shade. So that's it.
I see.
You have to think of all methods that you can use in order to stay ahead of the game and to give the plants a chance to live. That's precisely what we're doing.
My profession was in printing because I was a production manager and the manager for different areas in the printing. So I went to CAS, which is now UTEC, and did all the management course there to do this. And we started to grow organically just for ourselves to use at home. And one day somebody says, why don't you make this into a business? Try to supply the supermarkets, other customers that come here and want to have organic stuff. And it just blossomed into a beautiful, beautiful experience that we share with ourselves and with others.
Right along here we have some interesting plants. This is, you can see the name here. It's a beautiful fruit actually, and it bears some really nice fruit that will pack with antioxidant, because it's the red pigment is what create the antioxidant in fruits and vegetables, and we have a lot of that there.
So this is like an elevated area here.
Yes, it is. It is actually the highest area of the land. And what we're doing here, we're putting in some medicinal plants like the vervain. Over here is the sweet marjoram. And over there we have the tarragon. And of course we have the spearmint that you would have noticed.
I see you have a lot of different plants here, but they're not herbs. These
Yeah.
are just beautifications?
Yeah, for beautification, yes. Eventually everything will go to herb, but you start somewhere.
Okay, okay, all right.
But they're good plants. But for argument's sake, the plant you're looking at there, those are very healthy plants for your home, for the inside. Cleanse the air, grab the dust in your environment, and allow you to breathe and to have a great way to live.
Oh, those, we call it the tongue of the mother-in-law.
Or mother-in-law tongue, we say in Jamaica.
Yeah, you say
And
it,
you
yeah.
have it in different colors as well.
Ah.
Okay, but very healthy plant to have around.
And it lives very long. Like even if you
Oh.
remove it from water, it
You
just
can't
sits.
get rid of them.
Aha.
It will take a long time to get rid. Even when you take it out, the roots there are still alive and they're going to spring. Okay. We never planned it this way. We grew things to keep our family healthy. And so we would come out and we would cut what we need for breakfast or lunch or dinner. And then all of a sudden somebody said, why don't you bring a few boxes to church? So I took 10 boxes and the next day it all went. I took 20 the next week, it all went. Today we're doing like 300 boxes and we don't have enough to supply the market because people are interested in their health, not what they used to be. People are now reading the labels. People are far more selective about what they eat, and they come and enjoy good lettuces and herbs that is making the difference for them. My son-in-law was with us in January. He said, Grandpa, what you have here is a pharmacy with an F, because we are providing medication for people. Because your food should be your medicine, and your medicine your food.
I thought your main business was the printing business.
Yeah, this came mainly after we closed the printing business, okay? But we started the printing business pretty early in life. I used to work for a company called More Business Forms. Yvonne used to work with the Ministry of Education as a printer. I taught her printing. And then what happened is that we bought a small machine and kept it at home. She resigned her job and she would be making babies and be running the machine.
I think she was making babies not by herself though. No, not alone.
Yes,
you were also involved.
We were making babies.
I know you were involved in that too.
You're right. We were making babies.
Okay.
And eventually it became too much for her to manage on her own. So we resigned that and we started a company called Speedographic Printers.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was your company?
Yeah,
that you're in.
that's
I see.
totally our company. We had 45 employees plus management staff.
Oh, wow.
And we are among the third largest printing company in the country. Yeah.
What happened to it? Did you close it down?
No, with the printing comes a thing called computerization. And a lot of the job that we were bread and butter jobs for our printer, like business cards, newsletters, bill books, invoices, you could now produce on your computer. Yeah? So it pushed us under a lot of pressure. And we decided, with all of that, why take all of this? You see, this printing business is a very stressful business. Nobody order a thing until they need it. So you want a business card for tomorrow, you come today. Yeah? So it put you under constant pressure. So we got out of that, and I'm now working with plants so they don't talk back.
I see.
I want to show you something over here. This gungo, it's a gungo peas. The gungo peas is one of the best methods of rebuilding your soil. So what we're doing is the same thing we would do with the shorter crop, like your string bean, your red pea, your peanuts and all that. Those are nitrogen fixers, okay? So what we're doing, we are really pulling back the nitrogen to the soil here. Because we have a small area, we want to ensure that we're keeping the soil at its maximum as far as nutrient levels are concerned. And the gungo is helping us to do just that. We have, as you see here, spinach, a lot of spinach. And spinach is one of those herbs, if you are going to do a green juice, you must include spinach in it. It binds the infirmities and remove them from the body. Yeah? So it's one of those things we really recommend. And it's easy to grow, very easy to grow. Spinach is a great staple for people with bowel problems. They could also use spinach as a great fixer. And right along here, we dub the Bath Boulevard. As far as your eyes will see, it's all baths that we have converted for planting. And what we have in here are lettuces. This particular one I'm playing with now is really Ashley, but predominantly we have gorgeous red. And these, if you love a good looking plate, you want some colors on your salad. And we guarantee that you're going to have colors because we have a wide variety, a wide selection of lettuces here. Maybe about 12, 14 different lettuces.
I thought there was just one lettuce.
No. Lettuce is the name, but we do have different kind of lettuces and they carry different nutritional value as well.
Why baths?
Well, because that's available. But you could use any container. The rest of the stuff you're noticing are all grape boxes, okay, that we use. But of course, that is not as durable as the old baths. And people ask, where do you get all of these baths? Well, I tell you, after you leave here today, if you see a bath on the road, who are you going to call? You're going to call Kermit. And Kermit will go pick it up. It's as simple as that, you know. Yes.
So you just get them on the road where people like dump them?
Or people are taking it. Sometimes my plumbers are taking out baths in the bathroom and remodeling a bathroom. They call me and they bring it and give me because they see how useful they are to what we're doing. If you turn around and have a look at the roof of the house, we are harvesting the water from the roof of the house in tanks on the other side. We use a pump to push the water back up here to this tank. And all of these here are the drips that are going to the different areas of the plant. So what we're doing, we're harvesting water, we're pushing it here, and we are dripping. And you ask, why do that? Because the Water Commission, NWC water, carries a lot of chlorine. And chlorine is not good for your plant. So what we do is ensure that we can get as much of the rainwater as possible. And I could hear you saying, well, Kermit, I can't afford that. But if you have a small situation, you could catch the water in containers, let it sit for 24 hours, and the chlorine will dissipate. And then you are able to water and you have less damage to your plants. And then we are separating when we come down so that it goes to different places. This is going down to Breadfruit Pathway. This is going over here to the Gungo. And this is going over there to the Bath Boulevard. So they can't all be fed at the same time. So we have to time them. We give at least 15 minutes to a half an hour, depending on how dry the ground is. We have a total of 6 tanks. We have 2 on the top and 4 of them down here.
Do you also use this water in home, like to cook?
No, we're not using it in house. We need to put a filter in it for that, and we're not doing that now. Okay, but it could easily be done.
Does it actually cost a lot to start a farm like this?
It's not. The word "lot" is a very relative term, you know. It doesn't cost a lot. It does take a lot of discipline.
Oh, why?
Yeah, it does take a lot of discipline.
Why discipline?
Because you've got to be determined to do the things you have to do and to do it all the time. In fact, I like the way Zig Ziglar puts it. He said, discipline at doing the things you have to do when you have to do it so that one day you can do the things you want to do when you want to do it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So do you think, can anyone start a farm like this? Because as we were walking around, you were saying, well, people should do this. There is no reason not to grow.
What we are doing through our classes, and we run these organic classes, how to do it, is to teach people how to convert their homes and the wastelands they have into organic farms. We want everybody to do that. Mm-hmm.
I've noticed that you have a lot of plants inside your home as well. Have you always been like that?
Oh, always, always.
Like from your
plants
teenage...
are life.
So tell me, where are you from? You're not from Kingston, are you?
I grew most of my life in Kingston, but I was actually born in St. Anne.
Okay.
But I left there from I was a young child. But I have learned that the plants you have around you, not just what you ingest, but what in the atmosphere will clean the atmosphere, will grab dust and mites and things and allow you to be healthier. There are plants that are good for your bedrooms. There are plants that are good for your living room. There are plants that are good for your veranda. There are plants to repel insects, like mosquitoes, for argument's sake. There are plants that will do it, so you don't have to buy dangerous chemical.
Oh yeah, tell me about the plants against mosquitoes. I want to know them.
Oh yeah, we have what is called lemongrass.
Oh, lemongrass.
And lemongrass is excellent for that.
How much space do people really need to run a farm like the one you have here?
It depends entirely on what they want to grow. If you are going to plant pumpkins, you're going to need a lot of space. But if you want to farm things that you can use on a daily basis, you could easily get by with a half an acre. Yeah, I mean, I am on 1 acre of land with a big piece of it taken up with a house. But we need to get into changing of technology. Instead of thinking about how much you can grow horizontally, think about how much you can grow vertically, because you can grow more vertically than you can grow horizontally.
Of course, yeah. So people always think of land per se. Yeah. You know, they don't think of buckets or bathtubs.
Yeah. So we need
Certainly
to change
not the bathtubs.
We need to change our thinking. Basically what we're doing, again, the theme, there is no reason not to grow. What we have done is to use old pallets, fill them, put a sleeve in from plastic, fill it with earth, and then we make holes in these and we plant in them.
So it's like vertical farming.
It is a vertical farming. In fact, if it wasn't for beryl, you'd have come and find plants in it. Even this is growing out of it. Mm-hmm, yeah, mm-hmm. So you can plant all the way down 2 plants per space and you're good to go. Yeah, we're using this side of the walls because very often you have nothing else to do with it. Here we have found boxes that can fit on the width of the wall and where we're using up all the available space. Folks, understand what we're talking about is that you have a lot of space around the house that doing nothing with, turn it into production. And please, don't tell me that you don't have any place to grow. Have a look at this. All we have done is to use the same water bottles that you have, filled it with water, put earth in it. We use a wick that goes to the bottom of it and sits in the water, so they are self-watering. We call a wick like a lamp.
Okay.
Wick. But this sits in the water. I'll pull one for you so you can see precisely what I'm talking about. Let's take this one.
Oh, it's like double.
There you are.
Oh.
The water. It sits in the water, and so it is self-watering. So you don't have to slavishly water every day. It is there.
Okay. What is it? Parsley?
This is parsley, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And down the line we have some kale as well. You can plant different things in there. Over here we have a number of medicinal plants. This is curried leaf, okay? Had nothing to do with curry as a powder, but everything to do with it as a spice that Indian people like to put in their cooking. It's a great, great spice. We have a number of other plants that are extremely good.
Oh wow, it has such a powerful smell.
Really, wow,
but
lovely.
Is this what they make the curry from?
No, this is the curry leaf. And like I said, it has nothing to do with the powder, but it has everything to do with the flavor of your cooking.
Okay.
And I'll show you another interesting one. this here, you can, if you have a free hand, you could grab it and just smell it. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Now this is bay leaf.
Oh, this is bay leaf. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
But a nice and fresh one.
Nice and fresh, and you can use it with your cooking. And it's one of those things that the women like to use, particularly in that particular time of the year. Month. They will find some relief for some of the cramps that they have.
Oh, seriously? Yeah. But what do? You drink tea with it?
Tea. It's a tea.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I only use it for soups.
Yeah, you could use it for your porridges too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is probably the most popular spice in Ukraine.
Yeah.
And we use it for soups, always.
Yes.
In Jamaica, I don't see people using bay leaf that much.
Well,
it's
they
mostly
use it,
thyme.
Yeah, maybe they don't. Thyme is a very, very heavy user here.
Right.
Yeah.
I've noticed.
Yeah,
pretty much every food includes, thyme. Yeah. But not so much bay leaf.
No.
Do you know why this is the case?
I believe it's from our ancestral. I don't think they use it much in Africa.
Oh.
You know, so we have developed that kind of a culture from our ancestral heritage. Yeah. We have aloe vera, but I really couldn't pass. This is dog blood.
Oh, this is dog blood. Yeah.
This is dog blood. And this is good for all female problems, from menopausal to fibroids. It's one of those things that is extremely good for you.
Do you sell these?
Oh, yes, we do. Everything we have, we sell.
Okay.
Leaf of life is, again, one of those herbs that you can use for anything to do with intestinal parasites, you know. People use it, they juice it and drink it. It's a great way to cleansing as well. And this is the regular aloe vera, not bitter at all. Some people might have thought it is. The gel itself is not bitter. The bitterness comes from the outside of the plant, okay? But great. And of course, ginger. Here we are growing ginger. And these we grow for our own use in the house. We want natural stuff that we can use all the time. So we have gingers, you have lemon, okay? We have another plant over here called barge, which is another part of the Indian cuisine. It's like a lime, if you ask me, okay? Yeah, that's it. Just watch your steps out here, please. What's happening? We are growing lettuces, and like the last heavy rain with beryl, because the leaves are so delicate, the weather breaks them up. So what we're doing, we're putting greenhouses in, and this is the first of many, where we put the lettuce, the more delicate leaves are grown here, and it is covered, so we have a little bit more control over the weather situation. What we have down there, it's a tank, water tank, that was damaged. So what we have done, instead of throwing it away, we cut it up, and we have gotten 5 raised beds out of it. And if that's what we're using. What you see in one of them there is a red callaloo, and you also have green callaloo. So we are growing things in it, and immediately we put them in production.
This is like reusing everything that goes
Everything
away.
you have, you want to get into the recycle, sustainable development. Okay. And at your feet, you'll see arugula. Arugula, for me, is the spice of lettuces. It kind of creates the peppery, salty flavor that really does a lot to your salad. But we're growing this for Devon House, who use quite a bit of it in their pizza, their Devon House pizza, and a number of hotels are purchasing it as well. And we find that the people who drop in to buy vegetables, that more and more they are requesting arugula. It's really a lettuce that is packed with iron, really great for your immune system. So people are enjoying it. And we're also putting alongside it our basil, because if you're going to do organic farming, you need to have what is called companion planting. The companion planting is pulling the kind of things that will protect your other crops. So that's what we're doing. It is keeping things together. I say, show me a company and I tell you who you are. That's what it is. We find good company for what we're growing.
I actually love arugula. This is one of my favorite plants.
Yes.
Like my mom used to grow a lot of them.
Okay.
And I would always make a salad with them with the olive oil.
Yes,
and
yes.
yeah. That's one of my favorites. What do you think would be the easiest plant to start with if people want to, begin a farm like this?
Well, string beans. Very easy to grow.
Really?
Very, very easy to grow.
Okay.
Yeah, but you could do lettuces. Lettuces are a 6-week crop, They can grow lettuces and herbs very, very easily.
Okay, and like vertical farming can work for this. So even if I don't have much space, I can use the wall?
They can use vertical farming and you can, there are some lettuces that will grow on the inside. So what you want to do is look at what will grow where most plants need between 6 to 8 hours sunlight. But there are some that won't need that. So what you can do is to see what you can grow on the inside and work at it.
First of all, you have to love what you're doing. There, you can't just, like a lady who comes to our class and she said, even cactus you kill. I don't know how you can kill a cactus, but you kill it. First, you really, really, really have to love what you're doing. The plants know when you love them. And you water them accordingly. You look up and see what the plant's needs are. And if you want callaloo, don't plant cabbage. Or you don't eat cabbage, don't plant cabbage. Plant what you love to eat, string beans, tomatoes, sweet pepper, and things like that. And you can do them in a small patch or in a box. And therefore, you can control what you have and the amount that you want and make it be fun. Make it be fun.
What are some of the unique challenges of running a farm like this in Jamaica?
I think our first challenge, and I speak on behalf of the Organic Association, is to get seeds to grow.
Okay.
Because the government is very hesitant in giving us a license to bring in organic seeds. Because what they're saying, it is not coated, and because it is not coated, they are open to insects and to disease coming in.
Okay.
So it is a fight to get that done. That's part of the reason why I have to do my own seed bank. So it's a real challenge, okay?
Okay, that's interesting. I think there is it's prohibited to bring seeds into the country.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, what is the other?
Other challenges we have is the whole matter of making what we can buy organically affordable.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So they're expensive. And so consequently you're using these things and people are paying a lot more for organic things that could be less if we could access the help at a better price.
The challenges that I face was a transitioning from printing business into the farming business. It's a totally different experience, to be in. And I never planned to be a farmer's wife. But the transition had to be done, getting people to understand that this is just not planting and chopping down things, but really have to put them in the ground properly, and you have to keep an eye on them for the insects and slugs and all the rest of things like that with it.
How do you manage the business side of the farm, selling your produce and keeping up with all the demand and so on, especially since your farm is organic, so you can't just mass produce stuff?
Well, that's a great question. The fact of the matter is that we are not keeping up. The demand is so great that we can't meet it. And that's part of the reason we're training people to be able to do things. So we're busy transferring information with the hope that I would be under less pressure in producing an organic product because you can produce it at home.
Yeah, but then your main goal is not actually making revenue.
No, my main goal is to keep you healthy. That's my main goal. It's like a guy said to me the other day, boy, you're in honey, and honey is big money. I said, no. The purpose of the bee is not to create money, it's to keep us alive. These are the greatest pollinators in the world. If we get rid of the bee, we're all dead in 3 months.
Oh yeah, that I heard that.
Yeah.
I heard that. Yeah.
So we are in the business of health, of preserving health. We run a health farm that is helping people to stay healthy.
Well, but you still need to use something to protect your plants from rotting, because if you're not using, even not pesticides, but maybe some kind of prevention of mold and so on, they're going to die.
The same plants are the medicine. Okay, we use the plants. Like for argument's sake, we had a particular challenge the other day with mite. What are we using? We're using bitter wood. Okay, what we do, we take the wood, soak it in water, and then use and spray the stuff. We're using neem. Neem as a plant, you could also use neem as a spray. But we're using the neem leaves, we are immersing it in water, allow it to break down, and we spray the plants.
So why do you think those corporations use all these pesticides and so on when they can use the same bitter wood and stuff? So
you know, I don't know why they don't. I know why they should. Okay, they should be interested in preserving life. You see, when you go organic, it is good for the planet. Okay, it means that my kids, when they inherit this place, it would be good for them. It would not be dead soil. So it's good for the planet. It's good for the people. It's keeping us healthy without medication. And it's good for the product. Our products last longer in the fridge. It's better for your health. You cut down on medication. You cut down on diseases. That's it. Over here is really where organic starts. What we have here are nothing more than worms. They are called red riddlers. So here on this farm, we dump nothing, we burn nothing. Everything gets in that cycle, okay? So we put everything that comes from the kitchen and from the farm in here. The worms eat it, break it down, and then we use that to build our compost for planting. It also drains a liquid from it. And we use this to make a vermi tea, not a tea that I will ingest. We use this to spray our plants, and we also use it to fertilize the roots. So you'll notice that with all the problem, how green and pretty things are. The worms are here. You want to have a look at them?
Yes, of course. Yeah, I like them.
They really like to be kept in a dark surrounding. And so, although we're using these baths, we are ensuring that the environment is good for them. So if you look in here, all you will see are dirt, right?
Yeah.
Because what they are bottom feeders, okay? So they get to the bottom of things, there they are, no? Okay? So they will break down whatever you feed them. So we have two piles. We have a pile over here that we're feeding with all the crop, and we have a pile that's already been made into what we want. So this is where we take it from. So we have a migration process. Once we stop feeding this, it means that they're not getting food. So they are going to migrate to the area with food.
Okay.
And then we'll be able to take this out to use in our plants.
I see it's really damp.
Oh yes, it needs to be really moist because these are worms, eh? They need to be able to get through it. So we recommend that it be so damp that you take it up, you could actually squeeze and you should get water out of it. We wet it at least twice a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it stays like nice.
It stays like that.
And I see it's in the cooler area.
Yes, so you need to have it in a cool area.
Can you use these worms for fishing?
Oh yes, you could use them for fishing as well.
Because that's how we used it. In Ukraine, when we go fishing, I would literally go to a pile of dirt and try to dig them out.
Yes.
Put in a
you could use it for fishing.
You know, like coffee cans.
Yes.
So we would put a little bit of dirt and a lot of worms in there, and then take it to the fishing ground.
Yeah,
and so I will do
love
fishing.
that.
So this is something we do. I don't know if people do in Jamaica.
We use paper as well. Yeah. We use anything that will break down easily. Yeah. Yeah. So that's the idea. You could use, you're in an office,
Yes.
you could use a shredder to, once it's threaded, just be sure you're not getting coated paper and inks in it, you know.
Do you breed them? Do you get like a lot of them so they can breed and get more of them?
Yes, we do. In fact, we also sell the worms and help people to set up their own vermicompost. The idea here is not for me to know it, it's for me to, there is no beauty in having all the information and you don't. What we want to do is that I know nothing that you don't know.
Okay.
So we are in the process of transferring information. We want everybody to be healthy, and to be healthy, you need a vermicompost where you're producing natural stuff that is going to feed your plants, your food, so that you're not eating poison.
So you don't buy any compost?
No.
So you make it your own?
We make our own compost from every leaf that falls is an asset to us. So we use all of these to create the compost we need.
What are these things?
These are plaques from our Confrère de la Chaîne. There is a food club, a culinary club, which started in France in 1248. And with the French Revolution, it went underground. And a Frenchman by the name of Valbise went to the archives, dug up the information, and restarted Confrère de la Chaîne, hence the date 1248 to 1950 is when it went underground. And 1950 is when he went to the archive, dug it up, and we now have chapters in about 80 countries around the world. The Jamaican chapter started out of a chef that Half Moon had employed. I think he came out of Germany. He was in the Guinness Book for making the largest omelette in the world. So they started a club there at the Half Moon, and I was one of the person he selected to work with him for the start of this club. So I did it from the very beginning. And then after a year, he had to leave and I took over the chapter. The Jamaican chapter, very active. We have maybe about 60 members, and we have like 5 dinners a year. And these dinners are really elaborate. I mean, how they come about, a chef will sit down or with his team and they will design a menu. Then the mondial person will come out and they will select wines that goes with it. And then like 2 weeks before the dinner, we have to have what is called a testing of the menu, where every item that is being served has to be tested and passed by the culinary team. And when we come to the dinners, they're just amazing. I mean, at the dinner, we have no salt or pepper on the table, because any insult to that meal would be any additive rather to that meal would be an insult to the chef.
Can anyone come to these dinners, or people have to be invited?
No, I don't want to use the word closed, but you can only come to a Chaîne function by invitation, and you can only be a member by invitation. That's the way it is.
Okay. Are you still a member?
Oh, yes, I am.
All right, so tell us about the menus.
Okay, this wonderful menu. This was from a long time ago, but we always just reserve our menus to remember our experience. And when we talk about the wines, we talk about all different flavors of wines and what they're being paired with.
Oh, wow.
Yes. You know, there's a very long menu, right?
What year was it from?
This year, this was
Oh, 1996.
1996.
Oh, wow, that's
And we keep our thing. And we list our members and invitees. Yeah, Kermit of the Bailly.
Okay.
Those are all
Oh,
the
yes. So,
officers.
what does it mean, Bailly? What does it
It's the president, really. Yeah.
So you were the president of this club?
Yes.
Yeah.
How, like, you're not a chef.
No, I'm not a chef.
But how did you become a president?
Well, I suppose what I learned from my mom about foods and wines, And it was made obvious to the guy who started in Jamaica. He used to work for Half Moon.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that's why it started in 1985, right?
Right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
I see. But these look so fancy.
Oh yes, they are. And notice each menu is personalized.
Oh, this is some really...
All of them are personalized. See there? Personalized.
Okay. Looks good.
So your menu is not something you want to leave behind. You want to take it with you.
Definitely. Couple Swift wine. Oh, that was in the couples.
Yes.
And this one looks really old. Or is it
Yes.
just a design like this?
Yeah.
It's like they're
There.
using some really strange paper for that.
Yeah.
Wow. This is some really high-end
Of course.
experience.
It
This is a
definitely
high-end
is.
experience.
Definitely,
Of course.
definitely.
Oh, I see. So I thought, like, you know, because there is no Michelin restaurant in Jamaica, I thought this stuff didn't even exist.
Oh my goodness.
No, you haven't. Okay. This club is really like the true fine dining experience, because I heard that you get like 8-course meal, 10-course meal. something
Well,
like that.
when we talk about 8 or 10 courses, you got to bear in mind that they are small courses. It's more a presentation than a meal. The big part of it is that it starts with a great evening of hors d'oeuvres and wines and champagnes. And then you sit down to the meal. Every meal that is served, so let's say for argument's sake you design a meal and it is made from lamb. Then we'll have to find a wine that is going to complement that meal. And when we talk about wine complementing meal, it's like a good marriage. A wine not supposed to detract from the main course, but to complement it. So that's what we do. So these go in small, in slow pace, and they are introduced individually, so people understand what they're having. It's a great camaraderie at the table. It's just a great way to spend an evening. Yeah, yeah. I have a beautiful wife. I met her when she was 16 and I was 17.
Oh, wow.
We had a courtship that lasted for 4.5 years. On the 2nd of November, we would have celebrated our 58 years of marriage. So, no, you have 58 marriage, a year of marriage happens all the time. But I've had 58 years of marriage to the same woman.
Yeah, but that is different. Do you feel that it's her support that gave you a lot of strength to do all of these things?
It's not only give you the strength, it gives you the motivation. The motivation to do so, because you can have strength and it's still misdirected. But what it helps to bring about is a focus, okay? And with this focus and the motivation to be independent, the motivation to not get to the place in your life where you have to depend on your kids to take care of you, but to prepare a nest, to not miss the many sunny days in putting up for the rainy days. It's smelling the roses as you go along.
Are you from Kingston?
Yes.
Oh, so you're a Kingstonian.
Born in Kingston, under the clock, as they would say. But ever since I've been married, my role for this gentleman is really to play a really supportive role in whatever he does. When he does the Chaîne, I do the membership, I do the menus, I contact the members, I do all the paperwork on the laptop. So I support him in that business. When he started the printing, I support him in that business. So I put my education in between production management at different institutions and all the rest of it. But my role is really a supportive role for this man with a great vision to look forward in every different direction. And even now I tell him, please remember, you're not 21 anymore. slow down, take it easy, but every day he comes up with a new idea to get us in activity, you know. He's an avid runner. Did he tell you? He ran marathons and 10K. He's a runner.
Okay.
So he's always active. When he's go with his group, with his thing, my role is to carry a cup with water on top of the car. And when they stop by, they grab it and they go. So he goes to Ottawa and different Caribbean islands and participate in their running experience, enjoy it with his friends and all the rest of it.
I've always been a health freak all my life. In fact, I have a 10K record of 34:48 and a marathon record of 2 hours and 40 minutes that I ran in Ottawa.
Oh, wow.
Okay? So I've always been on the cutting edge with my health. I used to run 70 miles a week and 20 miles on a Saturday. So we'd start at the golf course down the road and we'd run to Elsha and just get in the water and have a little man out there who would steam some fish for you and you got it. So I've always been this way with my health. But I think the turning point in my life was when I was about 21 years old. I came down with bleeding ulcers, okay?
Why did that happen?
That happened because I had just gotten married and I was working a job and I was just overworked and overstressed. And that's when I started running, okay? Because I had to get over this. And I did that. And ever since I've been on the cutting edge for health. At 78 years old, I have no diabetes, no hypertension, no macular degeneration. I have none of those things. I have outlived 4 doctors so far.
Oh, gosh.
And I'm on my 4th doctor now.
Oh, gosh. I see. And you're also so active. You have so much energy. People usually retire.
I really need to slow down, if you ask me. And Yvonne would tell you that I need to slow down. But grass don't grow on busy street, okay? So we just keep going, yeah. The business is going to be run eventually by my daughter and son out of Atlanta. They're coming in to take over the reins and run this so that I can smell some more of the roses.
Beautiful area here.
We use this area, it's a lawn area, and we do have what we call the farm-to-table experience. And with the farm-to-table experience, what we do is to invite people to a 6-course meal with wine pairing. So the lawn is used up mainly for that because we set up a beautiful salad bar here where you come and make your own salad. And then you get on the back veranda where we set up for the meal, and really people enjoy the scenery as well as the good food. Yeah.
Who's cooking the food?
Well, Mrs. Tucker is a fine chef.
Oh, is she?
But we also use outside caterers from time to time.
Well, first of all, I love cooking. And so I experiment with foods, I experiment with different menus, I experiment with things. We have a cashew tree down the bottom, and I experiment with the cashew fruit and make a nice curry cashew fruit plate from that. And we also roast the seeds, and we make things from that too. I hardly buy meat. We will have meat maybe once or twice for the week. All our other meats. Right now, a lot of garden eggs are coming in, and we find ways to do all the garden eggs. To do, they bake them, fry them, whatever it is. So eating directly. Kermit is also doing microgreens. And when we do microgreens, I use that as well, sprinkle that on our salads. And we never have a meal without salads. in it. Fresh lettuce, fresh tomatoes when tomatoes are in, and everything from the garden.
It's a farm-to-table experience.
Farm-to-table experience, definitely.
I've heard that farm-to-table experience, I've heard this term in Jamaica a lot. Is this something you regularly practice, or is it on certain days, or how does that work?
We practice that every day, but we have had last year or the year before or several times a farm-to-table experience dinner where we try to take things from around the farm and make a dining experience out of it. And that's the reason why we have our own wines and our honey and things like that.
When the Bureau of Standard came to us for our certification and we showed them our salad, the salad has a dressing which is made from Bragg apple cider, extra virgin olive oil, a little bit of peppercorn, some citrus juice, and honey. And the first question the woman asked was, "Where do you get the honey?" I said, "I buy it from the market." She said, "Well, we'll never be able to certify you." So we put in our own apiary, started with about 8 boxes, and today we're up to over 50 boxes. And so we're getting more honey now than we need for our salads. So the honeys are available in some of our supermarkets like La Shusha and General Foods. And people come here just to buy an organic honey. Organic because everything we use for our bee is all natural. We have what is called an apple blush. And that is made from our Jamaican apple, OTET. And the tree is right behind you, and there's also one in front of you. Okay? It bears a beautiful, delicate red apple. If you don't look down there at the banana, we use the ripe banana, the ripe Gros Michel banana, and we make a banana port, and we also make a banana sherry. And these go very, very well with our food pairing for our event, our farm-to-table events.
Being the connoisseur that he is, he has decided to design his own wines, which he serves with our experience.
Do you sell them like in supermarkets or?
No. This is, as you can see, special edition, exclusive collection. Mm-hmm. And only our good friends and family that come here will partake of this wine. We have an apron, and our daughter that is in graphics designed this beautiful label for us, and we have a small and a large. It's a multifloral honey. We call it a multifloral because the bee just have everything here on the property that they can do from. We don't give them any antibiotics, any sugars or anything like that. It's quite natural, and therefore, when we have our farm to table or our garden tour or garden class, we introduce it to this thing. This is the only thing that is very, very public. We have about 5 or 6 supermarkets that it's on their shelves. So the salad is made from a variety of lettuce that we grow, and plus all the different herbs. Arugula, it is mentioned on the label, the carrots and beet, and the dressing for the salad, I make it. I design it specially so that customers can have a choice. They have a nice, healthy dressing to put on their salads.
Where can people get these salads?
At La Shusha, at General Foods, at Fresh Foods down the bottom here, or at Lee's Food Fair.
Okay.
At Redis Road.
Do you also just sell like lettuce? Do you just sell?
Yes, we do. Customer come here and pick up like their bag with 1 pound or 2 pounds in it, and or just we had a lady that come all the way from Moniga yesterday to pick up her stuff. She wants to have it fresh and good. She's losing weight, she said. So she came, somebody introduced it to her. And we have lots and lots of customers that come and pick up whatever they want. Some would say, I want that leaf, that leaf, that leaf, that leaf. And we just cut it and put it together and wait.
All right, right from the farm.
Right from the farm.
So it's super fresh.
Cannot
be fresher. This cannot be fresher. You're literally getting it
Yes,
from
yes.
I see.
There's one lady that is so particular. She comes, she wants to see you cutting them off and putting them in the bag for her. You know, that is how fresh it will be.
So, you know, the world usually sees Jamaicans as people with locks, you know, living in these kind of, you know, in the bush, let's say, especially when it comes to organic farming, right? Yes. So what do you think about this stereotype and how people perceive Jamaicans?
Well, you know, stereotype comes about because of our branding. And one of the most successful persons in the music business is Bob Marley. And Bob Marley wear locks. Okay, and so we need to get over the misnomer that if you're in Jamaica, you have to be a Rasta. Not at all. We are a very civilized country. We're a very educated country. We are not only number one in our culture, we are number one in music. We are number one in athletics. And most of them are not Rastafarians. Okay, and we have nothing against Rastas, I must tell you.
Right.
They're a part of our build-up.
Right.
And we appreciate them. But we want you to understand that the branding of the Jamaica is out of many one people, not out of many one Rasta.
Right, true.
Okay.
Okay, well, there is another thing, though. You don't look like a farmer in the, you know, perception of people, yet you still support natural living. You know, you don't follow like ITIL lifestyle or anything, yet you still support the organic. I believe you have a lot in common with the vision Rastafari people have.
Yes, absolutely. I am not a vegetarian, okay? I lead a very healthy life, but certainly if you examine our menu in this house, it may be 70–80% of the vegetarian input. But we certainly can enjoy chicken, we can enjoy steak, we can enjoy whatever we want. But all of those are in moderation. Mm-hmm. And what we're talking about, even if you're consuming these, find an organic source. There are some places that grow cattle that are grazing cattle. That's what you want. It's not that meat is bad. It's the chemical that is fed to them. For that matter, fish is bad. Because if you get into the pond fish, where they are being fed all of these hormones, it's the same thing. Okay, so we need to understand what we're talking about and deal with the realities and not the emotions.
Okay.
Mashed apple. And banana.
This is where you run your events.
Yes. Photograph was taken by my daughter.
This one?
Right on the staircase there. Yes.
Two Ruby directors. Oh, you were doing some nutritional business. I
Yes,
see.
yes.
Okay.
So,
what about these rewards here?
oh, that one. I do. This is original D, Platinum Achiever. So that was 1 year, and that was another year. This is also a award.
Team development.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
No, you never know what you're coming into. Eh?
I don't know. No, it's just so much. It's just you're.
We have done a lot in our time.
I've noticed that your home is just so beautiful. You know, you just have like such stylish stuff all around, like beautiful furniture, beautiful stuff. So, do you design your home?
I really do design my home. It has to be comfortable, and people come here and they don't want to leave because. Just last night we had an experience. This lady just came from the country. Oh, she don't want to go back tonight. We had to make room for her to stay. Well, that grand piano over there, our daughter, our son, and now our grandson, plays the piano.
Okay.
So,
do you play it too?
A little.
Okay.
But that is really where all the entertainment takes place in here, play games and all the rest of it. We have been living here since about 1980.
Okay, so it's been a while.
It's been a while, so it's almost 50 years now
Wow.
since we are here on this property.
It is, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. What is your secret of such an incredible marriage?
Make up every time you quarrel. Making up be a part of it. Don't sleep back to back. Try to make up. Love each other. One of the things that really make people bloom and have a long life, they have to be happy. They have to be pleased with themselves. You know, eating, lots of people, they are eating, trying to eat fresh and try to eat good and I think, but they're not happy. And being happy and loving is the thing about it. Really.
Do you think it's because of your relationship with your husband, or do you think the entire family?
The entire family, because from the household help to the gardener to our children, if you are not having a good relationship with them, you know, life can be really upsetting and not very nice. But when we have a good relationship with others, it just overflows on you and you just remain, you know, but really, really good. Yes.
The secret is living it a day at a time. You need to look at life as making your wife happy today. In essence, I don't have tomorrow. So I can't promise her tomorrow, but I can promise her satisfaction today. So this is what the secret of a happy marriage is, living it a day at a time. And a friend of mine said, if you have a problem living a day at a time, just remember you live one heartbeat at a time. So the next time your heart don't beat, you ain't here. Okay, so live a heartbeat at a time. But I could not have done it without a beautiful wife. A wife that motivates you, a wife that wants you to get out of bed to work and wants you to get back into bed. It's a kind of dichotomy. I mean, how do we do this, you know? But that's what it is, okay?
I see. This is actually very interesting, because in today's world, it's very difficult to find such a meaningful relationship.
Yeah,
People get together, break up, get together, break up, you know, and finding someone who's been together for over 60 years. Essentially, you've been married 58, right? But you've been together for 60 years.
Absolutely.
This is like, wow, you know. Have you traveled a lot? Have you?
Oh, well, we have seen most of the world. Name it, we have been there. I think our favorite stop for the last 2 trips was in Africa. We were in Johannesburg, and we spent about a week there at a wonderful hotel called Palace of the Lost City. If you ever want to get to a lovely place, that's it. We were in Cape Town and stayed in a wonderful little cottage right on the beach. I think what was wonderful with this cottage is that you get up in the morning and you walk out on the beach and you're picking up clams. They're washed up on the ocean. And so we've been to most of the United States. We have been to Italy. We have been to Spain. One of our favorite spots, a little place in Switzerland called Interlaken. It's a place with a lot of lakes and the Alps not too far in the background. And you have these horse-drawn buggy that been run by students, and these horses with the big hoof. Dum, 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 dum. It's just a fantastic way to live, yeah.
I think going forward, we want people to share. We want to share with people what our experience is like, what their experience can be like. Even teaching them how to sow, how to grow, and that they can grow even in a small space is really just sharing and teaching others what to do. Because our food is in really, really, really great danger. And therefore, if people are not doing something for themselves, planting a little callaloo, planting some pak chow, planting any type of vegetable, they can. They have to do it because there is common time. If you are not doing something for yourself, you will not be eating anything.
I think the real reason for our success is the fact that early in our life we trusted Jesus Christ as Savior. So I'm a Christian and she's a Christian. And I put the selection of the wife I have to the sovereignty of God in His selection. Because it's not easy to live with a woman for a year, more so 58 years, and still looking forward to seeing her and to have supper with her this evening. Yeah, it is because of that bonding, that relationship, that ability to be able to sit down and to look at what you're going to be doing, go and get it done.
There are a lot of Christian people who don't get that lucky, I must say, unfortunately.
Well, you know what luck means? Luck is not really luck. It's the whole matter of preparedness meeting opportunity. Okay? So it's not luck, it's a blessing. For me, boss hit lucky and killed them years ago. Well, what we have now is blessings, the blessing of the Lord.
Okay, so what am I getting?
You're getting a pound of
lettuces
and you're getting
half pound.
A half pound of arugula, like more than that.
Super fresh, right from your farm, right now.
Right.
Oh, look at that! I'm going to have such a wonderful salad today. I love arugula, my favorite. Now we need to find some cherry tomatoes. So look at that. Is it the one you make with the one you explain?
Right.
Thank you so much. Okay. Yes. Okay. To get your fresh organic products in Jamaica or to join a class to learn how to grow them yourself, make sure to contact Mr. and Mrs. Stacker at Cat's Gourmet Farm in Kingston. If you like videos about farming in Jamaica, I'll have a few more on my channel. Please check it out and you'll find all the links and all the details in the description and the pinned comment under the video. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.